let me introduce our next speakers, the two apostles, Paul and Peter. Paul Sheaffe is a videographer and videographer, I should say, and video editor and producer with experience in a broad variety of subjects and styles. Paul specialises in producing creative, targeted professional videos to communicate the right brand message, creating a connection between brands and their audiences. And Peter Scarfo from Bizomedia Marketing helps companies maximise their leads and convert them into paying customers. Paul and Peter have joined forces to provide video marketing solutions that will create a strong brand and a system designed to increase business for their clients. Over to you, Paul and Peter.
Excellent, righto. So thank you for joining us again today for this Sutherland Shire Business Chamber event. So most of you know me, I'm Paul Sheaffe of Pauls Productions, and I've been in technology for 47 years, consisting of 30 years in the corporate career and producing video for the past 22. At Pauls Productions, we create engaging video content for business. Today, I'm here to give you a few tips on why, how, and where to use video in your business to help your business grow. So, why use video? Let's start with this famous quote. Video is the most engaging medium you can use to get your message out. And I'll ask you right at the end, who do you think made that quote? So why? Why do we want to use video? Well, first of all, Google loves video. Video is not the future, video is the now. And if you're not using video now, you are so yesterday. Google ranks sites higher if they include video than those that don't. Also, if you put your video on YouTube, it ranks even higher because Google owns YouTube. So right there, there's the number 1 and 2 search engines. Google, YouTube, doesn't mean you don't put it in other places. But just remember that if you want to be found by Uncle Google, use video. Secondly, more people would rather watch a video than read a page full of boring looking text by itself. That can cause them to stay longer on a page that has both, which Google also likes because it measures how long people stay on that page, which then causes an increase in up to 60 to 80% of engagement by that audience with your page, your topic, wherever it is that they're there. And Google likes that as well. And as a business, you would like that. So let's look at a few of the hows and whats of. Supposed to press the button, aren't I? Here we go. Catching up. There we go. So first of all, the one we most know about is website videos. So there are 3 types of videos that should have featured on your website, and it's important to have the right mix in the right places on your website. First of all, let's remember that you must have videos on your website because why? Google loves video and people would engage with you if you've got video on your website. So the home page is your welcome. You welcome your visitor. You give an overview of your business and the services that you provide. There is no time for details here. Be brief. 60 to 90 seconds is enough if you still want them to be there at the end of this welcome video. But the call to action is to find out more of what they are looking for on the next page. Now, you do have a next page in your website, don't you? So if your business does 3 services and I'm looking for one of those 3, I don't want to hear all about all 3 of them. I want to know that you do these. Oh yeah, that's the one I want. I click and I go to that page. When I get to that page, you are going to provide me more information, detailed information about that one particular service. And that's the one I'm interested in. So therefore, as long as you keep telling me good information and I'm learning from you, I'll keep watching and I'm growing closer to engaging with you. So therefore, I could watch it for 3, 4, 5 minutes or longer. You know, how to change a tyre. I really want to learn how to change a tyre. So if it takes you 10 minutes to demonstrate how to change a tyre, I'll still be learning and still watching at the end of that. So I'm learning about you and that service that I want. I'm coming down that funnel. Now, how do I know at the end of that is that you're actually any good and that you're not a fly-by-night? The social proof of your business is the video testimonial or the testimonial video, and that's the video by a real satisfied customer that you have already helped. Perhaps it's someone that didn't know how to change a tyre. They watched how to change a tyre and it saved them from being stuck on the side of the road in the Royal National Park late at night with no phone coverage, for whatever it is. And if you offer those 3 services again, you would need to have that social proof for each of those 3. And the place for that is on the same page as that, as your informational video. We're learning about how to change a tyre. I don't care about learning how to change spark plugs. I want to learn how to change a tyre. But someone else might. Okay, so if you follow where I'm going, yeah. Nodding, yeah. Understand what I'm doing. Seminars, conferences, small meetings, big meetings, 500, 50, 5 people in a boardroom. There's benefits for all around. Let's look at some of these benefits. As I say, it could be an auditorium with 500 people. It could be a Sutherland Shire Business Chamber meeting with 20 odd people. The benefits of recording that event are the event organisers can promote their next event and future events from having that recorded. The presenters and the speakers themselves can self-critique their presentation skills and their ability, but also promote themselves to get more speaking events. How important is that, Mike? But, yeah, thumbs up, Mike. Attendees can get a copy because they sat through the presentation, and if it's all day, that's a long ask and a lot of information going into their head, so that they can review and consolidate what they've learned during that event, whether it was half an hour, all day, 2 days, whatever. The absentees who wanted to go but could not get there, they can get a copy. You know, whether you include that in a subscription, you know, there's different modelings to do that, but they still get to hear your information, your presentation, and they can still learn from that. In the case of a business or an organisation that has members or staff, though, those who weren't there can get the training, maybe at another location. One of the annual conferences I do is for part of the health department, and they have about 500 people in an auditorium, but there's another 300 that they want to get that information out to, and it goes out to every part of the health system right through New South Wales. Your existing clients, it's a value add in your relationship with them to give them this information or sell it to them. You know, there's different models of doing that. So, but you're always looking for a way to build relationships with your existing clients. And what about the prospects? You can use it as a lead magnet, perhaps chop it up into small pieces and offer them the first section free. Come and see me in the office to find out more about how self-managed super could work for you. And when you come in there, we'll give you the rest of the seminar that we ran last week instead of having to wait 6 months for the next one that we run. So there's, you know, a whole heap of different ways you can get them into a lead funnel. The lead magnet. I spelled magnet correctly there? I did, yes, good. So some different places to use your video. Websites, as we've mentioned. Landing pages are very similar to websites. In fact, they sort of are a little website, but often used as a short-term or a very specific event. So you've got a lead magnet that you might have used on something, takes them to a landing page, which then gives them another link to go somewhere else to sign up for something, which you'll see later on, Peter, won't we? Yeah. Social media, of course. Who likes putting videos on LinkedIn or their Facebook page? I know you do, Joel. You rock it at that. Make sure that they're good. Not saying you don't, Joel. But yeah, YouTube, email newsletters. Now, you can't technically actually put the video in the newsletter, but you can put a photo that looks like it's a link to it with a link behind it that plays the video. When you send out your monthly newsletter or yearly, in the case of some of us, bi-yearly. Have a YouTube or a Vimeo channel. Now, YouTube, again, remember we said Google owns YouTube, so that's great. Sometimes YouTube is not that nice with the way it ends up and shows you all your competition or latest plane crashes or something at the end of it. Vimeo is like YouTube, except it's much more professional and a lot easier to tailor to your specific professional needs, and there are others. It could be streaming a special event. Once you've recorded it, you could stream it later on, or you could even live stream it, as I did last week at the cemetery in Sutherland. Now, do we need to use professional, or can you just do it yourself? So there are a few considerations around timing and the placement as to that you need to consider. Do you want to create a professional image of your business? Do we have business cards that are professionally produced or written on the back of the cornflakes packet with a pen? Do we have pull-up banners like the ones in the image behind me that are produced, designed by a professional, printed by a professional? Do we use a spray can just to write signage on the side of our car, or do we use professionals? Some DIY can be done very well. And depending on that image, so what is the quality that we want? Can you produce, or can your friend produce the quality that you need in a DIY or a home-based video compared to a professional? What's the lifespan of the video? Is it something that's just going to lead up to an event that's on this weekend, and then the video is finished and will never see light of day again? Or is it a long-term, such as your website, homepage? That's not the place for a selfie with a phone in vertical mode, I tell you. Is it a case of you've got to grab that moment when you can, or miss an opportunity altogether? So that the plumber's just finishing up and at the door, and Mrs. Brown says, "Fred, you've done such a wonderful job. You were clean. You didn't make a mess. You fixed the leaking pipes, and I'm really so grateful." So Fred says, "Mrs. Brown, would you like to do a 30-second recording for me saying that, so I can tell other people how happy you were?" Pulls out his phone, turns it sideways, and records her saying just that. Now, she's more likely to do that than say, "Yeah, Mrs. Brown, can we book a spot down at the recording studio next week for you to come down and make a testimonial for me?" She's probably not going to do that, although there may be some that do. And long way. And what's the timeline of your presentation, of your video? Do you need to get it published today, or tomorrow? Is it something for this weekend, or you're just scheduling it in your marketing plan, and it could be next week, next month, or whatever? And one thing that everyone's going to say, how much does it cost? So is it really a cost, or is it an investment? remembering right back to our opening statements, Google loves video, increase participation, increase engagement, grow your business. Is that an investment? Do you make an investment in so many other ways in growing your business? So all of these things, and it's a very brief overview that I've got here, but Peter, who you're going to see in a moment.
There's my head coming through.
So let me introduce you to Peter Scarfo. So a little while back, I teamed up with Peter, who has a long career in marketing and lead generation technologies. So we've put together a video course, of course, video, to help you learn more about how to grow your business using video. So I'll hand over to Peter and let him tell you a little bit more about this course and the free offer that we're making to everybody that's on the offer on this call here today. So take it away, Peter.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today. And what we did when I first met Paul, I thought, this guy's a real professional. He knows what he's doing, but not a lot of people know the power of video and how to make it work. So I suggested to Paul that we create a course that explains all of this to his prospects and anyone who's interested. So we've come up with a 10-module course that we'll be offering to everyone here today for free because Paul's talked me into doing that. So what it is, it covers most of the stuff he's spoken about, but we go into a bit more detail because the e-learning system that I'm using, that we've created this course with, allows you to go through to each lesson. And then as well as that, when you get into each lesson, there's a few questions and things just to show that you, to keep you interested in it right through to the very end of it. So what we'd like to do today is when you go to our website, which is bizmarketingproductions.com, you'll notice a video on there, and we'd like you to just play that introductory video. And Mike Schottler, who's on the call today, he actually did some work with us to produce that video. So you'll listen to him, and he's very professional in what he does and how he explains. And also it's a good example of what Paul is mentioning. So bizmarketingproductions.com, play the video, but there's a little green sticker underneath that, which is we are charging $49 for the course. But we don't want you to pay that because you're part of the business chamber. So to get the free course, we want you to go to bizmarketingproductions.com/free course. And what happens is once you do that, you'll get a screen like this. And you just put in your name and email address, and it'll automatically take you to the 10-module course. And from that course, you'll be able to start doing the lessons in it. You'll be able to join our Facebook group, join the community, and we'll work with you to help you make sure that you're professional in what you're doing with your clients and prospects. Because the purpose of what a video can do and an e-learning system can do is to help you build your business and become more profitable in that. And that's what we're all about. So really, that's all I needed to say today, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.